Hey everyone, it's your boy Freak again, once again, with another guy, and today we have Demonology. So please, I would like to welcome you all to the Demonology Warlock rotation guide for Dragonflight 10.0. And with that, I will let you know right away, there is a lot less to teach or show about Demo, so I would definitely be a little more concise speaking when we're talking about Demo. Obviously, I'm gonna go through the single target builds actually, because they're actually free, but I'll show you two and I'll just explain the third one because it's, you know, nothing different about it compared to when we play the normal, like, demo rotation. And I'm gonna show you the AoE build that we have going on. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about the talents and some of the notes here that are actually pretty close to each other. But yeah, speaking about demo in Dragonflight, in all honesty, boys, it's... if you've played a single, I don't know, like, I'm not gonna say patch, but if you played demo once in Shadowlands and you kind of know how it works in terms of setting up your tyrants, you're good to go. Like, the rotation is the same, pretty much. Like, there is nothing new. Only new thing that I'll probably say there is the play around Siphon Life, which is actually not that much play around this spell. It is not a major damage gain, like we'll see which one of these three here ends up being, or I mean these three compared to these three here, kind of. We're gonna see what the sims say eventually, and which one is the biggest damage gain. But yeah, a lot of it is very similar, and the damage that you're gonna like put out is just not tied to your tyrant anymore. Like, your tyrant is doing no damage. It's like down here. It's almost doing like nothing. It's just there to buff the rest of your pets. So yeah, like the biggest difference transferring from Shadowlands to Dragonflight would be the damage distribution from your spells. So it's going away from your tyrant and it's going to your imps, to your dreadstalkers, to your main pet, to Fellstorm, and you know, some of it is Demonbolts and there's some hybrid builds. I'm gonna show you a Demonbolt build in a while. But yeah. So, to begin with, the talents. What we have going on here is, as I said, the first and foremost, I'm going to start with the Nether Portal build. This is probably by far our highest single target build, and it's also very different from our other single target build, which is the Demonbolt build. This one, it's very much so like super heavy burst 3 minutes. Like, it's insane, especially if you get lucky with procs on this, like you summon extra demons, or if you have demonic core procs and you're able to get instant cast the Demonbolt, so you can, you know, just spend more shards, I'm sorry, for the portal to summon a bigger pit lord. Then like the burst is really insane and you're a very good PI target. The problem is your 3 minute specs, so yeah, quite unfortunate. And you have 2 minute spells here, and with this you have 1 minute, but you can also play Tyranny, which I don't know, both are very similar output right now, but I'd much rather go with basically Wolfreds, which is now Grant Warlock's design, and just have 1 minute Tyrant, and it syncs up with our Demonic Strength, so I feel like it's a little bit better overall. On the left side of the tree, nothing much has changed. The only different, like, keep taking these talents, these are free throughput, and so Conduit and Grimoire, and the only difference here is Soulburn. You're gonna press that ability in your setup, your Nether Portal setup, after you basically have had the chance to spend like an instant core proc. And with that core proc, you're gonna get 2 shards, and you kind of want to spend one on Soulburn and the other one on 1 shard hand. So that's basically what you're going to do to make your pitward bigger. Now, one thing that I see here is because I was testing something and apparently I forgot to do it, but as I said, you're gonna have a choice here between which one of these is the best, but we're gonna do this for now because I do like expendables. It's always like giving us 10%. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna play without it because it's different, I suppose. Like, the first pitward is not gonna benefit from that one. So yeah, quite unfortunate. But anyhow, what the rotation is going to look like. As you can see, many Demo Warlocks over here. The rotation looks as follows. And I'm gonna spell it out like in the previous videos first, and you'll be able to once I start playing the rotation, I'll just play the rotation so I don't mess it up, and you'll be able to follow it in the tracker down here above the details. So yeah, the rotation is as follows. You go to 5 shards, you press Portal, then you press Grimoire, then you're gonna press Valfin, then you're gonna press Dogs, and at that point, without any refunds, you should have one shard. And you're just gonna spend it on a hand, basically. After that, if you don't have any demonic core procs, I would say just press Siphon Life, Power Siphon, I'm sorry, Siphon Life, what am I saying? Power Siphon, so you get 1 or 2 demonic core procs, and you're gonna use them, as I said, instant, oops, sorry. Gonna get 2 shards, one of these you spent on Soulburn, the other one on 1 hand shard, and from there, if you have procs, keep spending them, I mean demonic core procs, keep spending them, and do hands, even if it's 2 shard hands. If not, you're going to have to unfortunately press Shadowbolt, hand, and then Tyrant. Now, one small note to mention right now is that, so basically, if you summon, I've not been able to confirm that 100%, but sometimes it seems, I don't know if it's a bug, but the Pit Lord, if summoned after the Tyrant, it doesn't seem to have the buff on it, basically the demonic power buff. So it's, let me see, can I check this one? This one. It doesn't seem to have it, but if you're playing the rotation well, what is usually going to happen is you're going to have your Pit Lord spawn, and you should be spawning your Tyrant as the Nether Portal is running out, so that you spawn your Tyrant like millisecond after your Pit Lord, so it has the maximum duration of the 15% demonic aura on it. So it's going to do more damage, obviously, and we're about doing damage, right? Alright, so let's go for rotation now. And you're gonna pop your trinkets and ratios, I'm sorry, and pots as you're pressing the Tyrant. Like, ideally, you probably want to press it actually before, because like the Pit Lord is spawning before that, but it's kind of awkward to press this before the Tyrant, because you're kind of trying to catch everything in the last second, and it's probably a little more important to catch all the pets than to lose 1 second on the Pit Lord. But yeah, we'll see what the sims say eventually, but for now, I feel like this is the most optimal play. Alright, let's get going, and hopefully we get full shards here, because I'm shooting this one for the 3rd time now. Alright, here we go. Bog. Now we press Dogs. We don't get any rocks, unfortunately. Now I get, oh my god, 3 Fan Cement. And we have to summon the Tyrant now. Unfortunately, that's not the biggest Tyrant out there, but it should do. It worked, I mean, how many stacks? 11. So earlier I had one with 14, but yeah, like you have to be a little bit lucky. And this is pretty much rotation. And now you're gonna spend, you know, shards, and you do the same. You spend your core procs, you summon more pets, you make sure that you have good uptime on, we'll do this now, not ideal, but spend them, yeah. Make sure you have FTS applied to the target at all times. Boom. In a little bit, like 20 seconds maybe or less, you're gonna start the next cycle. And what's gonna happen here? I'm gonna show you actually the whole thing, I guess. It's gonna take like a little longer, but we're just gonna go, each Tyrant is gonna have a Valfin, and the next one is gonna have Pit Lord. For now, okay, I should have done this earlier, but I'm sorry, as I said, that's why. Oh, it's wrong. Keybind, Beacon Forge, but you get my point. That was a very bad setup, start of the setup, but it's fine. It happens. It works, I guess, in the end of the day. So that's pretty much what the rotation is gonna look like. Now, the next Tyrant is gonna have Grimoire and a Valfiend, and I cannot tell you for certain right now, boys, unfortunately. I wish I could. But, like, ideally I would like to press our potion and ratio on it, but at the same time, here's damage breakdown. Our Pit Lord did 0 damage. Where is it? That's very low. 0 crits, yeah. Like, when this bad boy crits, it's actually pretty insane. Like, you get anywhere from, with 1 crit it goes from anywhere from 400 to 500 plus damage, but yeah. with hasted effects, the bitrate goes really high. So biggest pumper though, Hims, and this is with the talent that I'm gonna talk to you about now, which is important, I guess, for both single target and AoE. It's Imp Gang Boss, and why this ability is a little, I don't want to say, it's definitely not overpowered, it just smooths out the rotation, because whenever you need the core procs, you have them. But also this ability, for that reason, like, let me see, we have one imp, let me see if it's gonna happen. Oh, I didn't say, oh, I should avoid it actually. I'm fairly certain we're gonna see it throughout the video in a little bit. Whenever this is an Imp Gang Boss, and if you power siphon it, it's gonna consider it as like a suicide. So it's gonna spawn another imp. And here's where it's a little different from Shadowlands. Single target rotation never had Implosion in it because it's not damage game, but right now with Imp Gang Boss, it only considers Implosion and Power Siphon, as I said, to be killing your imps off, so you get new imps in their stead, in their place. Probably that's very easy because you press Implosion every 3-4 GCDs, but for single target, it's not clear yet. We'll see if this is damage gain, and as I said, it's going to be basically a sim number between these here and these abilities here. But yeah, I'm personally a big fan of, let me see if we have him, okay, we have it now, boom, suicide. Interesting. Trying this last weekend. Alright, let's scratch this then. It doesn't work anymore, so we might be dropping this. It's good that I see it now in the guide, I suppose. But it used to definitely, last week, it used to be killing off this bad boy and giving us another more imp. Anyhow, we're gonna, this is the Nether Portal build, generally speaking. Your damage 3 minute super high burst. The next build, and your super station. The next build is the Demonbolt build. It plays, I mean, I cannot say vastly different because Demo plays very similar in all its builds. You always spend, you know, send dogs, you spend shards, you have Demon Core procs that allow you to move and you know, just pump. But this build here, it's actually a lot more mobile and allows you to basically move around a lot more, like you have much more room for error, kinda, like, and for movement. Like if you mess up your Nether Portal damage, like setup, your damage is not down the drain. Another thing of this build is it's very consistently high. It's like it doesn't have any big spikes, but it's always like maintaining about 40k or so. I'm also, as I said, not using any pots whatsoever or like flasks, anything. I just want you guys to know the see the rotation. But yeah, let's dig in this build, I guess. Again, we're playing Wilfreds, 1 minute, 2 minute Tyrants. This one, I mean, we could probably go without it, but for the sake of it, because this ability here benefits from more demons that you have out, it might end up being the case where you play both this and this, but for now, like, that's what the build is looking like. The idea here is the same as the Bell Spiders, whatever legendary we had in Shadowlands, which is this here, it's called Fell Covenant now. You basically need to cast 4 Shadow Bolts, and your Demon Bolts are going to do more damage. And when you have more pets, your Demon Bolt and Shadow Bolts are going to do more damage. And when you power Siphon, your Demon Bolts are going to do even more damage. So ideally, what the rotation is going to look like here, like nothing is different. Your opener is with 2 Shadow Bolts instead of Demon Bolt. And then in your Tyrant, after you send your second set of dogs, it's right there in the middle in the Tyrant duration, you should press Power Siphon, because that's the moment when you're gonna have like 3 to 4 seconds left on your Tyrant, and you're gonna have like 30 imps, you're gonna have Grimoire and, you know, 6 dogs and all of that. So that's where basically your Demon Bot is gonna do the most damage. Right. Let's get started and then keep watching the bottom right for the rotation. Right, here we go. Oh, that's an unfortunate bug. We're here in 5 seconds. We're gonna spend this and we're gonna power siphon. I'm just gonna do this. Boom. Boom. Hitting for about 50k right now. And this is the rotation, boys. Keep spending. You maintain your buff here. Make sure that you spend your demonic core procs. Make sure that whenever the dogs are about to come off their duration, you have spent your procs because you're gonna get 3 more, and you just keep going. And this is it. And you repeat the cycle in 1 minute, which I'm going to do with you in a second here. And I'm actually stupid because I'm talking and I'm not paying attention, so yep, it happens to all of us, but it's fine. Like, it's not as devastating as I said, dropping your portal basically. But yeah, this is it. We're going to the next and oh, I'm gonna press one shellbolt now. Also, I think I haven't updated this record because I made it so to be a lot more visible, so I can see when I do this mistake. And now I spend the 2 hands, 2 shellbolts. I'm sorry, about 40k. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And you're actually maintaining as she. It's as high as the Nether Portal build basically. And this is the damage breakdown. It's a little different this time around. It's, you know, a lot more Demonbolt damage. So yeah, this is the single rotation for the Demonbolt build. I have not missed anything here. Let's go to the Zuewi, which actually, to be honest with you boys, I don't think it's Zuewi anymore, because realistically, you don't have that many pets out. What's happening? You can't change talents in combat. Alright, cool. And where is the simp? I hate this talent. Inner Demons is actually toxic, boys. Right. Here we go. Let's talk AoE. Now, with the very recent change that they've made, I think should be active with the start of Dragonflight. But tier set damage of Hand of Cooldown is increased to 150k. So, and also I think the chance is increased. Demonbolt has a chance to make. I mean, it's kind of awkward, right? They're making us press more shell bolts. Not a fan. Oh, Demonbolt, never mind. I'm stupid. But okay, yeah, so then my theory was correct. I think this is actually going to take priority over, for example, Guillotine. And perhaps Fell Sunder. I'm not sure. As I said, there is a little bit of a sim play here. We're still playing Power Siphon. As I said, I like this. It smooths out the beat a lot. But if you don't want to play Power Siphon, again, you either need to put 2 points here, which again, you're not getting almost anything. This talent is 1 pawn note. Alternatively, you could probably remove that one and go over here and take something on this side. Personal favorite of mine is Hounds of War. It seems very undertuned, but it's like our biggest damage dealer and almost like, not on this build, but I don't know, let's see this build. Oh. I guess not single target. I mean, it's up there, but yeah. In AoE speaking, it's always just Stalkers or Demonic Strength. So yeah, whenever you get a proc or reset on dogs, it feels very nice. It's also a lot more instant cast Demonbolts, and it just feels good to play. But it is not to know that you can kind of calculate how much damage you're gonna get. Whereas, for example, playing these 2 notes, you know exactly kind of how much damage you're gonna get. And this is very good uptime when you play it with Felguard, and it's just generally a good note. It's like you almost always have 5% more damage done to the pack. Yeah. I will not spend too much time here explaining this. I'll say Guillotine, unfortunately, is not doing too much damage now. It's only good in super heavy with situations such as Algatar Academy. That's the one dungeon where this is quite decent. Other than that, like half of, because this is like a this ability has like two effects. One of it is the axe and one of it is the pet, and the pet does not work on single target, if I remember. Actually, we might check this with you right now. Here it is. Throw the axe, attack. Let's see which one is it. Yeah, so basically the axe is doing the single target damage. This is the axe, but the pet itself is not doing its fiendish rough melee swings or whatever. So basically the second portion here, while unarmed, your Felguard basic attacks deal damage to all nearby enemies, is not working. So, I mean, I get it, it says it, but at the same time it makes little sense that it's like, it's not doing more damage. Like, I really don't feel like this is making your pet do more single target like melee attacks from my testing, so I don't know what to tell you. Unfortunate, it was like a nice ability to play around with, but it's doing no damage now, so I'm just gonna move. What's happening? Okay, so that's the build we're gonna play, and now we're gonna go into the AoE rotation of the build. Nothing really changes here. The only thing that changes is basically Implosion windows. Now, Implosion, I've downloaded this record here to try and explain it to you, but generally speaking, your goal when it comes to Implosion will be to implode as many imps as you can with the fewest basically globals that you're gonna press, kind of. I think that's the best way of explaining it. Now, the imps that you actually implode is always gonna change, the number of it is gonna change because it depends on shards, you know, refunds, procs, instant cast, hands, and all of these things are gonna change them. But as you saw in my Tyrant setups, you could have 9, we could have 14. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll just show you the Implosion cycle kind of a little bit here. We're just gonna do 2 Demonbolts. I'm gonna spend like this. So basically right here, you're already probably good to implode, kind of, because you don't have time to get more imps out. But for example, if you're playing dogs, let's make the rotation a little longer. Well, just wait to get fish shards again. Let's just do that. I'm gonna spend the dogs as well so I can show you how this changes eventually. But here we are. Spend this. Use Power Siphon, so we're not going to implode now, we're going to go to 5. Now we're going to try to implode, boom, we have 11, we didn't get them, we got 9, it's fine. I keep spending. Yeah, I get 12. So yeah, that's pretty much is this. If you guys feel like it, I'll link this record, is not mine, it's on Wago, but you know, if it helps you learn, it's good, otherwise you kind of gonna get a feel for it, like every 3 to 4 GCDs, you should be looking to implode imps, because after they've done 6 attacks, they'll run out of energy and they'll just expire, and you're gonna lose the opportunity to do damage with them, basically. So, as far as the AoE goes, as I said, nothing different. I'm not even sure if I want to play this on 5 targets. I don't think it's good, but yo, it doesn't matter. As I said, rotation is the same. So we're just gonna go into it. Boom, spend, go back to 5. Dogs. A siphon, but I guess it didn't go off. I'm gonna spend here a CP so I catch them. I'm probably gonna miss. Here we don't. Keep building, keep building. Dogs. Make sure whenever you implode you have FTS applied, basically sending the dogs. Now Tyrant is running out and we need to look to implode. Boom, 20, and you're gonna get like 6 spec. That's the in-game boss coming back, basically. And usually it's a little bit more, but now we're gonna go implode again, 13. We get 6 again. You see the RNG is like almost half, like 50% of the imps for in-game bosses. Now implode. One shellbolt to some of the newbs. Okay, I missed them by an inch, but you know, yeah, it's gonna happen from time to time. So yeah, this is the rotation, basically inside and outside of Tyrant. Now implode, again, build, send dogs, build again, both so they spawn, mine, implode, and repeat. this will pretty much cut it for Demo. I think the spec has a lot of potential to be played in both Raid and Mythic Plus. I would even go as far as to say very likely we are close to being meta in M+, because the spec is mobile and the builds that it can play are very flexible. Like you can sneak some single target build here, you know, you would probably play this if you feel like, although I don't like this talent in the dungeons, but you can play this, or you can play some of these, and it makes it so that you have a lot of abilities that you can press on the move and still do damage, because your damage breakdown, where is it? Come here. Your damage breakdown looks like this. It's dogs, implosion, Fellstorm, but usually that's a little bit higher. You get my point, right? It's like pets and implosions, that these are abilities that you can press on the move, basically. So yeah, with this, I'm gonna wrap it up. I have all 3 Warlock spec guides out. If you guys found them useful, please, you know, give me a follow or just by my Discord, say hello, or by my stream. I'm not streaming right now. I took a week off. I just want to focus on my guides and I want to chill. But yeah, starting with Dragonflight, which is basically Monday evening for Europe, like midnight, I'll be streaming, maybe put an all-nighter, and after that I'll be gaming like every day from 1 PM kind of, and I'll go, you know, as much as I feel like it every day. So feel free to drop by, say hello. If you have any questions, you know, come hang out and ask them. I'll try and make sure that I answer all of your questions in Twitch or on Discord, as I said, or in the YouTube videos. So if you have any comments, put them down below and I'll make sure to get back to you. And boys, with that, I'm gonna check out and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and have a pleasant raid release. Hopefully the login boss is not too powerful for you guys. We'll see. Let's see who is lucky, huh? Alright, take care guys and enjoy the new expansion. See you around.